Greetings, fellow adventurers. Timberwolf here, the Diablo 4 adventure. Appreciate you tuning in today. And it's been a while since my last upload. Still working on my werewolf druid talon here. And I've got quite a ensemble now of equipment here going for me. I'm at level 87 now. Leveling up at this point is very slow. And I can solo up to level 50 in the nightmare dungeons. That's about it. I don't really try to attempt. I wouldn't dare attempt. Usually comfortable more around 40, to be honest. 40 I can almost speed farm that, but 50 is pretty tight. It's rough. And I think I die maybe once or twice in those, but so pretty powerful character here. And pretty good build. What I'm using is what's called the STORMCLAW build. And what that consists of primarily for a weapon is, of course, the Great Staff of the Crone. If you look here, the biggest thing with that is Claw is now a Storm skill and also casts Storm Strike at 150% normal damage. That's massive, right? Okay. So then on top of that, I've got the Mad Wolf's Glee, which gives me +3 on all werewolf skill ranks, which includes that skill. And then I've also finally got my Tempest Roar, which base storm skills are now also werewolf skills, so that means they also get a +3 on all the storm skills that I can use there. And then I've got Melted Heart of Selig. The reason this is going to work for this character is because I'm focusing my main attack is my claw, which is a storm claw now, which is a basic attack. So I'm not using resource, okay? So as a result, this will actually benefit me because this substitutes resource for health if I'm getting wailed on. So this can keep me in a fight longer, right? And then I've got the X-Falls Corroded Signet because my Stormclaw also has poison damage. And so this allows me to maximize my attack by helping some of that poison damage erupt early and do even more damage. Rapid Band for skill, for attack speed to get that basic attack, the Stormclaw attack faster. I'm really farming. I'm trying to get a ring that's got better than 15%. I know normally you can put it on an amulet and get 23%, but on occasion you'll find a magic ring with like 40% attack speed. So that's what I'm hoping for. One of these days I'll grab one of those because hell yeah. Because I don't want to lose this. This is really beneficial to me. Just regular gauntlets here for a power I put on them. Up to a 10% chance when dealing lightning damage, which is Stormclaw, to overload the target for 3 seconds, causing any direct damage you deal to. So just more damage. Figure, hey. And then I just got regular pants here and got barrier on that one. You know, I'm not sure if barrier is the best choice. I'm hoping if I can find it, if I find an item with like disobedience for like up to 60%, I will take that all day. But the other major reason why I'm keeping these pants, even though they're not a 925, +3 ranks of rabies, that is big for me because my rabies right now is that's an attack that I use to weaken bosses, and it's very effective. And then I've got my boots for speed, because otherwise the druid is slower than molasses uphill. So yeah. So all in all, what I'm doing today, I want to see whether or not I can solo. What's his face here, Duriel. Last time I tried it, Duriel beat the tar out of me. Now the reason I got all these great gear is I've been fighting Duriel in random parties. See, one of the cool things about fighting Duriel is that everybody wants to fight Duriel. So if you hang out outside Duriel's little lair here, which is right there, right? The gaping crevasse right across from Gaakul. If you hang out there long enough, other warriors will be there, and chances are they're more than happy to either join your team or have you join theirs, and then you could farm them together. And that's how I've gotten a lot of some of this gear. Other gear I've gotten just farming the vampire ritual, and over again. There's great gear that you get for that as well. So there's a good drop rate if you do it enough. So let me first see if I can... Yeah, that's nice. Let me first see if I can solo this thing. Now, you know, granted, probably should still wait until I've got slightly better defenses. But I'm using this as a gauge just to see how strong I've gotten so far. I can clean anything on the grid normally, but Duriel is a special enemy because he's got these two buddies that do these massive poison attacks. That's what used to kill me before. So I'm curious as to whether or not I've gotten strong enough. Now, the key to this, the key to the Heart of Selig, is you want to get moving with your attacks right away, okay? Because that generates your resource, and that's what, of course, allows that Heart of Selig to do its job. So what's been happening is how Duriel's been wasting me is the first thing that happens is when you pop the altar is his two little buddies pop up out of here, and he immediately starts shooting poison. And that's usually what happens. Is I'll be over here because I'll be ready to claw one of them. It'll just burst out and destroy me. So I'm gonna try staying away from them for a minute or two, and give me a chance to get my attack up and just see if that strategy is gonna allow me. Because once I get past that, I'm pretty sure I'll have no trouble with Duriel. But let's just see what happens. Okay, I've got plenty of Duriel summoning stuff here. Once I've determined whether or not I can solo this thing, I may join some party attacks on it. Okay. So far, still alive, so that's good. Alright, so his little buddies went away.
Wait a moment.
So clearly I'm not going to one-shot this guy, obviously. Long past the opportunity to do that. But, still killed me. Ugh. Okay. Well, question answered. So, for whatever reason, I'm still not tough enough to solo him. And, which is crazy because... Let me just show you here. I got all my resistances maxed out. I mean, look at that poison here. It's actually up to 150, but you only get to 70 because they take away everything else. But, so, there's that. Now, armor, I might need to boost my armor some more. In fact, I'm not just going to think might. I think definitely. Because I think that's what's really killing me is his that claw attack of his massive... hole puncher, always has been. So that might be the real issue there. I'm also kind of disappointed. I thought I'd be doing much better damage against him than I was. I was getting there, but he's definitely, you know, what's crazy is that, you know, I can hurt him more with my rogue than I can with this guy. So yeah, I definitely got to get that armor up there. And what I've decided to do is, under the abilities, I'm going to attach a board here. And the one I'm actually going to use is going to be, as much as I would love the Lust for Carnage, which is the werewolf board, which gives me even more strength and attacking power, I'm going to go with Survival Instinct, which is actually the werebear board. Reason is because there's a couple... rare nodes that give plus 100 armor, and that's pretty awesome. And then, of course, you've got some extra fortified generation in there too. So obviously, I'm not going to really take advantage of the werebear things, but the fact is, there's a lot more defense-specific rare nodes in here than there are in the werewolf. The werewolf actually doesn't really have anything in regards to defense. It's all offense. And which is cool in a way, which is great for speed farming and plowing down mobs, yes. But going against something like Duriel or Lilith, you want something that can last longer in a fight, because I don't care how much damage you think you're going to do, you're not going to be able to one-shot them. Even my rogue with Tybalt's Will, as I've mentioned before, it's no longer as good as it used to be. You used to be able to go up to like 21 combo points and be able to just unleash like over 100,000 damage in one spray. They nerfed that, so now the combo points maxes out at 10, which really blows. So it's still powerful. My rogue can solo Duriel in a matter of minutes, which is still pretty cool, pretty impressive. Much more better than before. But the fact that they even nerfed it at all is really freaking irritating as hell. I don't understand what's the point of that. You know what? Because 2 or 3 people in the entire gaming community cried and said, "It's not fair. It's too powerful. Away, away. It's not fair. I should have everything everybody else has. I shouldn't have to fucking work for it. Away." I already heard somebody whining like a little you-know-what today about that little biatch, saying, "I don't think it's cool that other people have more health than me." Shut the fuck up. Oh my god. So anyways, but yeah, other than that, I mean, Heightened Malice, this is like, mostly like for poison, so 3 or more poison enemies nearby, you deal 45% increased damage. Well, damn. This is a good one too for my, you know what? This might make me even more powerful for fighting, so now I'm going to have trouble figuring out what I want to do here. Inner Beast. This is useless because, now that's one thing that sucks. Using Mad Wolf's Glee puts me in werewolf form all the time. So I'm not going to be shifting. The shape-shifting bonuses only affect you if you're shape-shifting. So it's really effing stupid that they did this, and then gave you an opportunity to be a werewolf all the time. But I understand why they did this in a way, you know, because they're making you make choices. You have to decide. I can't have everything. I can't. I have to decide what I want to sacrifice, what I want to try. Oh, you know what? Whatever. Then Thunderstruck, Storm Skills deal increased damage to 20% of your damage versus close and distance. Oh, let's see. So this one's not quite as awesome. Earth and Devastation. I don't really use a lot of earth power skills. Most of my skills are storm based. But what I'm looking at is, even though that first legendary node is really cool, the rest of them, well, Stormcaller's not bad. 10% storm skill damage. But honestly, though, survive. You know, it's a tie between survival instincts and honestly, that Heightened Malice is really starting to catch my eye too, just because of the potential damage here. I think I might end up going with a Heightened Malice, to be honest. And then I'll just have to keep an eye on the boards, because if you go to your boards, you will find here and there magic nodes that will do things for you. Like there's +2 maximum life. You got some maximum spirits here. Damage to elites, nature magic damage, and so forth. And there are some that will increase your armor. There's one, 50% armor. So you can keep an eye out for those, and of course get them when you can. And are there any more of those over here? There's another one, 50% armor, and then some resistance to elements. So, yeah, I might just, you know, start popping those all over the board, as many as I can find, to do that, you know, to make up for the armor bonus, and just, you know, I've still got, let's see, so you have a pool of 221 Paragon points, I believe, somewhere around those. So if I click here, according to this, I got 175 already active. So that means I've got another almost like just under, you know, maybe like 45 or, you know, 46 to go. So I've still got some opportunities here to boost myself. And it's clear to me that I need to, because Duriel basically, let's face it, Duriel just whooped me. And so I'm not nearly tough enough to deal with that. And so because of that, I know I got no chance against Lilith. Now, again, like I said, if I hang out outside, I can team up with people, and, you know, we'll clobber Duriel, no problem. But I'll be the one that's mostly dying in those fights, because this character is just not really quite ready for boss fighting yet. You know, this is a great mob clearer. This is a great support character, and I'll show you why in a minute. Let me show you that. Now that you've seen how something as depressing and pitiful as that performance, I'll show you where this guy shines. Okay, just so we give him a little credit. All right. First thing I want to do though is I'm going to go to my I'm going to go to my favorite place, which is Ked Bardu, because I know the place like the back of my hand, unlike Gaia-Cool and all these other places, and I think it's just Ked Bardu's got everything well centralized. So, but because I died, that means I got to get my equipment repaired.
One of my
there we go.
Pieces.
Okay. So let's go on to the vampire ritual area. Always a great place to fight mobs. And I'll show you how quickly he can tear down even Bloodseekers. Shred them, no problem. Don't even blink an eye. But just not tough enough for Duriel yet. And I'm not going to pop any potions right now. We just want to see him raw, just like with Duriel. Now that probably would have helped me a little bit. See that? Now that was one of those big elite bosses. And it's just using STORMCLAW. I'm not even using any of the other abilities. I'm not using Hurricane or Calamity. Just straight up STORMCLAW right now. Another thing that I really want to do, like I said, I want to find a range with better basic attack speed. If I can find one, that would be fantastic. A great way to do that is farming the vampire rituals here, because there is such a high legendary drop rate with that. And plus, on top of that, farming this area, you're also able to, of course, open these caches. There's always a chance to find something decent in them. Yeah, that's just the secret to speed farming, is just that. You want to kill as much as you can, as quickly as you can. Oh, there's a little mob right there. See how fast they disappeared. Now I need 150 lures if I want to start the ritual by myself. Sometimes if you luck out, you'll come here and someone else has already started it, or somebody's hanging out there and they've got a couple of the whatever you call them, pillars started, and they just need like enough, you know, maybe they had 100 lures, they started 2, and then I can swing over there with my 50 and finish it off and get the whole ritual going. As you see here, there's absolutely nothing being a problem here at all. And farming all the way up to like level 40 in the Nightmare Dungeon is pretty much the same. Once they get past 40, between 40 and 50, it gets a little bit hairier. I might have to, you know, use dash more often, or evade rather, and, you know, make more of the enemies vulnerable, you know, by infecting them with the vampire curse. But for the most part here, that's the only thing that's going to do those attacks. Those are pretty bad. You see that? You notice that if you look at my spirit orb, which is my resource, that's the green orb, you'll see that going down sometimes if I'm getting hit hard enough. And that's the Selig heart kicking in, doing its job by trading the resource for health. See that happen right here. Quite much. Yep. Saw it go down a bit for a minute there, and then it got reset once I started getting everything back. Anyhow, that's my barrier for attacking elite. Oh, blood seekers are on my trail. That's cool. I'll show you how quickly I can take care of those guys. Here we go. I mean, that was like seconds. Just wasted them. And those are guys earlier in the game that I used to run from. So the blood seekers are out, you'll be like, oh no! And now I'm like, okay. But, so yeah, these guys are impressive, very impressive, very good for farming. Just like I said, weak against bosses right now. Which is surprising, even with all that uber power gear, this guy still sucks against big bosses. Whereas, you know, the rogue is kind of like the opposite in many ways, right? He's not much of a speed farmer, but when it comes to like bosses, no problem. You can waste them. Like I said, I solo Duriel very little time. The only one I haven't been able to beat yet is Lilith. And that's probably just because I don't understand her attack pattern yet. She's got a couple of cheap attacks that they gave her that, for a certain period of time, she's like, you know, invulnerable. You know, it's like she'll instantly kill you. Which, honestly, is crap. That's just nonsense. You know, and then they have the nerve to complain to us about having overpowered gear. Are you kidding me right now? Really? Oh, no, you're not supposed to be super strong. You're supposed to die. It's like, yeah, you know what? Whatever. But yeah, so that's pretty much all she wrote. Where is the... Also, hey, notice something else. Notice the ritual area right now. You can see it on the mini-map, that little green dude, right? Well, here's a little secret. Not really a secret, but an observation I made. You may or may not know this, but if somebody starts the ritual and it's running, you'll see that thing pulse. You'll see like this pulsing ring around it. If you see that, get over there as fast as possible so you can take part in the ritual and you know, get some of the goodies. So that's one thing that I noticed is that. So actually, what'll happen too is a lot of players that don't want to use up their own blood lures. Or don't have enough, you know, they'll kind of do what I'm doing. They'll be out here farming and everything, and the minute they see that ritual kick off, they'll zoom right in there, just like I was talking about. Yeah, this guy's awesome for pretty much everything other than boss. Oh, Tree of Whispers. So, for experience farming, this is a good place to do it. Probably one of the best, just because you have a constant waves of enemies coming at you, and you don't have to reset the place. Just keep running around and killing. That's unlike any dungeon out there. You know, all the dungeons, you gotta, once you clear it, you gotta just quit the game and start back up again. With the blood ritual, that area, you just keep on running around and keep killing.
It is done.
Oh, I don't want any more weapons, so I guess we'll go with chaos. Since what I'm really looking for is a ring. Let's see what comes out of that.
My bags are full.
Ooh, the Helltide started up. Another great place to farm stuff. Checking that out tonight. Great place to gain experience too. Put these Duriel farming things back. And I have no intention of fighting him anytime soon. Okay. So, and then of course the Helltides, once you see that message, just open up your map and look for an area like this. Don't confuse it with those areas. Those are the PvP areas. They look very similar. But this is the Helltides area, and head on down. And just like the Vampire Realm, this is a great place to farm. And throughout the Helltide area, you're going to see these chests. So these chests are all targeted specific chests. Like that might be one-handed weapons or two-handed weapons or whatever. So you gain experience for opening the chest first of all, which is great. You gain, like, I don't know, it depends on you know, a couple of factors, but on top of that, of course, you get the gear. So yeah, some good stuff there. I am going to go, go that way and that way. I don't know, it doesn't matter. This whole area is one big farm now. See that? Shifted back and forth. Go. And you just want to pick up these little aberrant cinders, these little flaming things. And you just want them around to open those together. Alright, what's going on? This is, oh, beautiful. Put it up. Get a bunch of stuff. That is great stuff. I know guys, you'll find a lot of farming together, so you don't even have to do it. It's all here. Damn. Isn't that awesome? Man, we scored big time. Alright, and I think the first chest I'm going to go after is... Well, I'm really looking for jewelry, not protection. I don't need any protection stuff. I need jewelry. I'm looking for rings, yo. Huh. I'm guessing that, and I'm gonna have to go up to the next area. So I'm just gonna put a little tag right there to kind of give myself a path. That's the thing, because you can only put certain skills on certain items, and what I'm looking for is an attack skill that can actually go on a ring, or a necklace, or a weapon, or the gauntlets. But so gauntlets, I suppose I could farm too if I wanted to. So maybe we'll just check that and see what it is. That's leg guards. Absolutely do not need those. Guys, jump on their horse. The thing is, what's the point? You're gonna be coming across mobs all the time. The whole idea of farming mobs for average vendors. Especially like if I located the gift of steel chest. I'll live steel. Summon Grimoire. I don't need to do it. Guard 10? No, don't do that. Wait a minute, you know what? I just thought of something. With that ring I'm using, Dex Falls Corroding Sickness, you know what would be very cool, and it's actually a very good item to use with that, is the frost gauntlet there, I forgot what it's called. But yeah, and you know who's got those is that John, or whatever his name is, over by that Tree of Whispers. Let's go take him on. Can always do another Helltide some other day. Let's go take on that thing. You saw one super boss whip my butt. Now let's see me whip a different super boss's butt. So you know this guy's not a complete wimp. So I need to summon him. I need a bunch of things. I need a head, a heart, a hand, and a bone. Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna start farming this dude for those gauntlets. I've got a set of them, but they're like weaker. They're like, I don't know. They're just not that powerful. So I'm gonna want like the higher powered one. I'm gonna be giving something up. I want to make sure what I'm getting in return is worth it. Varshan, that's his name. Okay. All right, Varshan. Let's go. Wolfies, go get him. Ugh. Like that, try to get out of the way the best you can. That's when he does that super damage stuff. Get him wolfies. Alright, let's fight him and give him some rabies. I just did that. And that is making a big difference. Health is down real quick for a minute there. Fight him again. Vulnerable again, and that's it. He's dead. See how quickly he went down? So, unfortunately, he didn't drop any Uber items in that run. But at least you saw me waste him in a matter of minutes. So, my druid ain't completely useless here. Oh. And these pants are better than what I'm wearing. Are they? Oh, there's my rabies. I'll lose my boulder, but I don't use boulder. What else am I going to get for this? 914 armor power versus 8 for, so higher armor for sure, especially after I upgrade it. Life regeneration when not damaged recently. Also have that. Okay, so that's cool. About the same amount, a little lesser. 5.5% control impaired duration reduction versus, I guess, the boulder, so no need for that. Plus 24 to all stats. Plus 38 dexterity. Why don't I try trading that up for something? But yeah, but I think I will definitely swap those pants out, thank you. But let's see. So go to this, select that. Let's say I want to try to trade that dexterity because I'm not a ranged bet fighter here. What do we got instead? What can we do? Oh, that is not cool at all. Total armor while in werebear form? Are you kidding me right now? But the extra lightning resistance, even though I'm at 70%, that might be helpful. I think we'll go with that. Replace and fix. Okay.
A good business.
And then the other thing we want to do is we want to change the legendary power that we have on it right now. What do we have on this one? Is this the one with the, yeah, that's the barrier, the elite barrier, so. Do I have any good defensive? Ooh. 13.5% damage reduction while shapeshifted into a werewolf, huh? That's the one. That's the one. This is it. Stacking up to 60% defense. So, see, this is better than the other one because the other defense I have only kicks in if I'm fighting an elite. Whereas this one will kick in no matter what I'm fighting. Okay? And this one stays, so I'll have up to 60% damage reduction, or rather 60% increased armor, as long as I'm fighting and attacking. Right? So yeah, let's go with that. Beautiful. Perfect. And then the other thing is I want to make sure I have the same pacts. So this one's got three of the skulls. This one does too. Interesting. Wait. Oh, okay. Yeah, that's because I lost the boulder toss, but like I said, I don't use that anyways. The only other thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go to Ket Bardu to put a second, gosh, my brain, it's just not working today. Socket, there you go. Okay. So now I'm going to mark all this stuff. For recycling.
Fight hard, eh? Make the devils
I'll pop
pay.
those on there, and we are golden. Okay, well that's awesome. So, oh wait, I got to get these upgraded. Dirt.
One of my best pieces.
Awesome. Look at these things, man. These are freaking cool as hell. Life regeneration, 45% movement speed after drinking a potion, 8.1% controlled impaired reduction, +4 to rabies. Oh yeah, and the lightning resistance. So nice, beautiful. Yep, all my powers are active. Nice. Oops. And that's it. Well, I'm going to restart, obviously, because I'm going to be refarming Varshan there to see if I can get that that stuff, those gauntlets I'm looking for. That's going to be my next focus for a bit. So, appreciate you joining me on this long and winded adventure. Had some ups and downs. I'll check back with you again later. Until the next adventure.